pick up your chow, or whatever you call it in the canteen. Right over here. We'll get to where you'll be working in a minute. Any questions so far?
Who's responsible for the Elex supply?
Didn't anyone tell you? We use it exclusively for the machines. Human consumption is strictly prohibited. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Anything else?
No.
In that case, I'll take you to the production hall.
Jax, you? Here? So Azok wasn't wrong. Shit.
What are you doing here?
Have you seen Judicator Hagen? I don't want to make a mistake. Talk to him first, then we can talk.
Already done.
Let me explain the situation to you then. You must have figured out by now that we've defected. I don't expect you to condone what we did, our treachery, but I need to explain why we did it. Given your past, I even hope that you can maybe understand, at least in part.
All right. But don't leave out any details. Azok's waiting for my report.
The whole thing went like this. We were supposed to patrol the southern border. It should have been a straightforward mission, but it was doomed to failure from the outset.
What was the problem?
We were divided. Some of us questioned the order, questioned its efficiency. I mean, nothing we Albs do is a step forward. We create nothing. We leave devastation. We destroy habitats and pat ourselves on the back afterwards as if it's a victory. But the clerics have a vision in which all life has a place.
That's how I see it, too.
After you submitted to the directive again? Well, that's not what I expected. In that case, maybe you'll understand my next move. I transmitted our route and coordinates to the castle in advance.
You were trying to provoke a confrontation?
No, I just wanted to pique their interest, and it worked. But when we got there, nothing went like we'd planned. I was convinced I could persuade everyone over to our side, that they'd see the truth of it.
That was a mistake, as it turned out.
Yeah, we ended up pointing our guns at each other. The clerics had overheard everything and were forced to intervene.
What? So you killed your own people?
What the hell were we supposed to do? If they'd taken us back to the depot, we would have been executed. It was us or them. We have the right to a future worth living in, don't we?
I get you. Azok, on the other hand, will not.
We thought by disabling our trackers, he would consider us lost. Another mistake. Of course, I can't stop you from telling him the truth. That decision is entirely up to you. But talk to Hagen again first.
When did you realize you were going to defect?
I've had doubts about the Albs' goals for quite some time. With enough Elex, I could always silence them, but as the stuff got scarcer and scarcer, I had to admit the truth. I can't just blindly follow logic. Morality is increasingly important in my decisions.
That was impressive.
The Creator may have made you.
Food, material. I take it you've spoken to the Albs?
I have. Now, what were you saying about a proposal?
Eager to get started, I see. That's exactly the kind of determination I need right now. We have a single troop of Albs, but it alone is not nearly enough to fill out our ranks. We need to increase our manpower, or we might as well give up trying to defend ourselves, because we're as good as dead. If the last deployment taught us one thing, it's that there's little benefit in sending out soldiers if they're likely to be killed. I need someone who knows how to handle themselves and others in combat situations. I need you.
Wait, I'm committed to the directive of the Albs.
That doesn't matter. Whatever team you're on, you only follow one person, and that's you. If I recall correctly, you were the one who asked how you could help. This is what I'm thinking. Albs will always replace a defunct troop with a new one. As one of their troops has defected to us, a replacement should be on its way. As we've seen, it only takes a few persuasive arguments for a group of Albs to reconsider their way of thinking. And if those arguments came from someone within their own ranks, the chances of success are high. Of course, for you this would be something of a risky endeavor, but your efforts would be rewarded. If you make sure that the second troop finds its way here, I will grant you the rank of Regent on an honorary basis.
You want me to take all the risk?
Succeed, and no one will be any the wiser. Fail, and you'll likely have to give up on your ambitions to become one of their commanders.
Okay. When should I set out?
I've transferred the coordinates to your adjutor. Get there as soon as you can. If our calculations are correct, this is where their reinforcements will arrive. Track down the troop, convince them to change sides, and make sure they find their way here. Okay? Now get it done.
About the Albs. Have you really thought this through? If the depot learns what's going on, they'll turn the castle into rubble.
That won't happen, and you should know why. The Albs are obsessed with efficiency. Such a show of strength would be too wasteful for them.
You're sure about that?
A handful of deserters does not warrant a retaliatory strike. Their directive would treat the defectors as nothing more than waste material, a sunk cost not worth trying to recover. An attack would use up valuable manpower, not to mention resources, while they're trying to deal with a new threat. So, you can rest easy.
Excellent. Yes, sir.
You can pile it all up in the merchant storehouse. Now go.